Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, I know that this is our last day here, and of course, a lot of hearts are very sad and of course going through a lot. Couldn't function properly since yesterday, knowing that we are going to leave this place very, very soon. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of our time here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for any shortcomings that may have come from our actions in this beloved city of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invite us again and again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never deprive us of His rahmah and His mercy because of our sins. Brothers and sisters, the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so infinite. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continuously shower this blessing upon us, that we can come here again and again, inshallah. So don't leave as you're leaving, but hoping that you're going to come back, inshallah. So a lot of time when you go from a place, don't think that you're just going to leave, but you're just going to return, inshallah, right? So go with that intention, then inshallah you're going to return back. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala return us, inshallah, with ease and comfort. Brothers and sisters, for the short time that I have now, we're going to talk about the manasik themselves, the days of Hajj, and how the Hajj actually is performed. We still have few days till Hajj, but inshallah we're going to talk about what Hajj is. And inshallah, if you do have any follow-up questions in Mecca, we're going to set up a time where you can come in, you can ask questions. We cannot have a collective. I don't think it's working. I think I'm okay. I'm okay. So a lot of time in Mecca, we cannot have a collective talk like this. So we might have individual settings, and we're going to keep you informed, but we're going to give you a place where you can come in and ask all of your questions. So feel comfortable in asking questions and making sure that you are well prepared before the day of Hajj comes in. Make sure that you are well prepared spiritually, and of course through your knowledge of Hajj itself, you know what's going to happen. We already talked about Ihram, we talked about Umrah a previous night. I want to turn towards the days of Hajj now. The days of Hajj themselves are 5 days and an additional 6 days. And I'll talk about these 5 days and that 6 additional days, that is for some of us. So now what are these 5 days of Hajj? The 5 days of Hajj are the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th of Al-Hajj, right? These are the 5 days of Hajj. So what happens? For many of us, inshallah, today when we leave Medina, we're going to wear our ihram in our rooms. We're going to, inshallah, go towards the Na'im Abiyari Ali. We're going to make our niyyah, our intentions, our 2 rakats of salah. We're going to begin our journey towards Mecca, get to our hotel rooms, put our luggage, perform our umrah. Once we are done with our umrah, we're going to clip our hair, shave, whatever we need to do in order to take ourselves out of ihram. That's your choice. Once you're out of your ihram, you're just going to be in Mecca for the next 7 days. Those are precious moments, brothers and sisters. You are right there in front of the Kaaba. You can do every ibadah anywhere in the world, but tawaf can only be done in the haram. So make sure that you spend your time in doing tawaf. What is a tawaf? That's the 7 rounds around the Kaaba, and you can do as many nafli and optional tawaf as you want. Spend your time in haram. Every hasana in the premises of Mecca, al-Haram al-Makki, is equal to 100,000 ajrs. One subhanallah is equal to 100,000 subhanallah. Your one salah is equal to 100,000 salah. So that's a lot of reward. So make sure that you try to make all your salah in the masjid through Jamaat. It's much easier here. Adhan is happening. You may come out of your hotel and you walk inside and you're in the masjid. It's not the case in Mecca. You have to leave your hotel room at least half hour or even an hour if you really want to get inside the masjid or you want to get a spot there. It's not going to be as easy as Medina and you walk inside and you're going to be in the masjid. You might have to exert yourself, but please do it. One of my good friends always says, the juice is worth the squeeze, right? Do it. It's worth it. Your struggle that you're going to put inside, it's all worth it at the end of the day. You're going to miss every moment of it, and you're going to wish that you would have strove a little bit harder and receive a little bit more. So now, inshallah, once we are done with our umrah, we come out of ihram, we're going to be in Mecca, inshallah, until the morning of the 8th of Zul-Hajjah. The 8th of Zul-Hajjah comes, we make our Fajr Salah in the masjid in Jamaat. You come back to your rooms and you prepare yourself for ihram. you prepare yourself for ihram. How do you prepare yourself for ihram? You take shower, you cleanse yourself, you put whatever colognes, deodorant, attar, oil, whatever you need to put, and you get yourself ready. And then for the brothers, I mentioned already the 2 pieces of clothing without any other clothing, and of course the slippers that you have to wear. For the sisters, your ihram is anything that covers your body, but anything that doesn't touch your face directly. You can wear shoes, you can wear socks, you can wear anything comfortable, anything that you want can be worn. You don't have to have slippers. Your condition for shoes are not like for the brothers. So anything that doesn't touch the face directly. Some of our sisters and mothers who do veil and completely cover their faces, what's their option? They can put a hat or something and drop a clothing so it doesn't directly touch their face. So nothing should directly touch their face. That's some of the conditions in ihram for the sisters. You may wear any color for the sisters, but I humbly request you, you have to move a lot of exertion, a lot of moving around. Please make sure that you tie your hair properly. A lot of time your ihram, it just gets loose and it's everywhere. So please be very particular in your ihram for your hair itself, that it's properly covered in ihram itself. For the brothers, just 2 pieces of clothing and your slippers and you're out. Now on the morning of the 8th, for those who will be coming back to their hotel rooms and they will have access to it, you may come back to the rooms and get your things. But for many of us in the B1 package, you don't have any more access to that room. Meaning you will be going to Mina, and from Mina you will be finishing your ahkamat and rulings, and from there you will be taken towards the masjid for your farewell tawaf, and you will go to Jeddah. So I recommend the morning that you are leaving Mecca and going to Mina, get a small little hand carry, a little bag, where you can keep 2 extra pieces of clothing, because your ihram is just going to be for 2 days. The next 3 days, the 11th, 12th, and the 13th, you're not going to be wearing ihram. So you have something clean to wear, something that you may need as medicines, anything that you use for your hygiene, or anything that you would require for those 3 to 4 days. Keep it in a little hand carry. Don't keep a massive bag for yourself. And take that carry with you to the Mina tent. It's very important. Make sure that you have something that will take care of you and suffice you for the next 5 days. That's something really important. So let's get back to Hajj. On the morning of the 8th of Zul-Hajjah, we wear at ihram, and the 2 rakats of salah you can perform anywhere. Either in your hotel room, or you can go downstairs in Masjid al-Haram and perform your 2 rakats of salah. First rakat, Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. Second rakat, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. After reciting these 2 things, now you're done with your 2 rakats. And now you must do 2 things. If you remember what I said before, there are 2 things which will enter us into the state of ihram. You have to make niyyah. Oh Allah, I make niyyah for Hajj, make it easy for me and accept this from me. If you're making on behalf of someone, then make their intentions or anything at that moment in Arabic, in Urdu, in English, in Persian, whatever you want, you can make your intention inside. You can find it in books and you can read it directly in Arabic. You can also do that. But reality is, your intention is from your heart. What your heart intends is what you really have to do. Once you make this intention, then you have to recite the word talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Inna alhamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. Brothers and sisters, I recommend and I request you, learn the meaning of this phrase. Don't just say it. Learn what it means and mean what you are saying, that you're presenting yourself in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once you have done these 2 things after your 2 rakats of salah, you are literally in ihram. You are literally in ihram now. For the next 48 to 50 hours, you are going to be in the state of ihram and a lot of prohibitions. Shukran, jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, jazakallah khair. So now you are in ihram. You are going to be in ihram for the next 48 to 50 hours, so make sure that you are ready for this. Now once we are done, we're going to go downstairs from our hotels, and the cars, the buses will be downstairs. They're going to pick us up and they're going to take us to the Mina tents. Once you reach the Mina tents, brothers and sisters, it's hot. 126, 130. It's heat. It's hot. There's ACs. They are blasting. But it's hot. Imagine you sitting in a desert in a little camp with a little AC on, but it's 126, 30 degrees. It's going to be tough. So please be patient. please be patient. It's just few hours. Wallahi, once you're done, you know that you got to go back to your comforts. You know that may Allah keep us in comfort and ease. But it's a little sacrifice for a few days, but knowing what the reward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept for us. So when you are in Mina and you reach there on the 8th of Zul-Hajjah, there's nothing particular that you have to do except engage yourself in ibadah. Once we reach Mina, the next thing that we have to do is Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and the Fajr of the 9th of Zul-Hajjah all has to be made in Mina. That's how the Hajj of Rasulullah ﷺ was. So we will remain in Mina. You can keep yourself engaged in dua, Quran, dhikr, tilawah. Just avoid talking with others, as it's going to lead you to such conversation that may affect your Hajj. So keep yourself busy in all of these ibadat. You will have food to eat, you will have all the things that you need, but make sure that you keep yourself busy. Sometimes, this is just a note, please remember this in bold letters. Sometimes the Hajj ministry wants the groups to leave Mina before Fajr, like 3:30, 4 o'clock. They will tell us that all the people, the VIP groups, have to leave their tents and they have to go to the train stations, they have to catch their train and they have to go to the Arafah. If we have to leave before Fajr, it is acceptable, permissible, and allowed for our Hajj. It doesn't affect our Hajj. Yes, it's better if we can to remain there for Fajr. But because there are millions of people and they have to move people group after groups, so if we do have to leave before Fajr, it doesn't affect our Hajj. So please keep that in mind, that in case if we were to leave earlier, please do not think that your Hajj is not complete. It is indeed complete. So then we pray our 5 prayers, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, with all the Jamaat and Fajr. And once the Fajr is complete, or even before that, we as an entire group, it's going to be still dark, maybe a little early in the morning, as a group of 400 and few people all together are going to walk. We're going to be all together. So this is the first time that the entire group walks and moves together. I humbly request you, if you have families, keep them very close to you. Make sure that you keep yourself intact with the entire group. Please do not stay back. If you're going to stay back for something that you forgot, let the group leaders know that you have something there. Just don't go there and say, you know what, 2 minutes, I'm going to grab it and come back. You're not going to find the group. There are thousands of people moving on a particular road and you may lose out. These 400 people just look like a grain when you have so many people. Thinking that, you know what, I'll find Aleman. It's not possible. Make sure you stick together, you remain together. IDs are always there. Make sure that you have your medications with you at that time, or anything that you need is with you. We begin to travel from Mina and we will go towards the escalators. These escalators are going to take us upstairs. We're going to walk up through the ramp of Jamarat and we're going to go to our station, which is our train station, which is going to take us towards Arafah. The train station that they are given to the Hujjaj and the VIP section is known as Section 3, Station 3. Once we get to our trains, the trains are moving fast. If you're unable to walk from your Mina tent to your train station, you have golf carts. Sit in a golf cart, they'll take you to the train station, stay there and wait for the group, and then we can all board together. If you can walk, alhamdulillah. If you have wheelchairs that you need to push, they have elevators that they can take you. So there's accommodation for everyone, but make sure that you stay together. Once we reach the train station, we'll sit in the train 12 to 15 minutes. The train, inshallah, is going to take us towards Arafah. Now it's the 9th of Zul-Hajjah, the second day of Hajj. We get there before Fajr or about Fajr. Once we get there, now you can take some rest. Now you can take some rest. Just relax, and I would recommend that. It's early morning, you have a long day to go. Take some rest, relax, lay down, and wait till the midday. Before midday, which is around 12:30 these days, wake up around 11, 11:30, or whenever you can, and that's the time that you prepare yourself for Arafah. There's places for wudu, go perform wudu, get yourself ready, and as soon as midday hits, you're going to hear adhans all over. There's a masjid nearby called Masjid Namira, where the Imam of Hajj comes. He leads a khutbah, he gives a sermon, he performs Zuhr, he performs Asr. That's the Imam al-Hajj. But for our masjid, for our tents, I humbly request that please don't try to go to Masjid Namira. Even though you can see the tents, you can see the poles, you can see the minarets, but it's far away and it's hard to reach and come back. Stay in your tent. As soon as the Dhuhr time enters, we will have our khutbah in our masjid. in our tent. In that tent, inshallah, we will have our Dhuhr Salah. Then the Asr Salah will be made. For some of the brothers who follow the Hanafi school, for you, your Asr Salah will be made at Asr time, at separate time afterwards, that you can do so as itself. But the main thing is, as soon as Zawal has entered, and Zuhr and Asr has been made, it's time for you to pour your hearts out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for dua. It's time for you to engage in dua till almost sunset time. That's your Arafah. That's your Hajj. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Hajj itself in essence is Arafah. Brothers and sisters, I humbly request you. In the beginning it may be hot. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, it may be really hot. Stay in the tent, sit down, dua, dhikr, whatever you have to do, have your food, have your lunch and whatever you need to. But I request at least an hour or two before sunset, just go outside, 5-ish, and find a place where you really don't know a lot of people. You can't find a place where there's no one. It's not possible because there are so many people. But find a place that you really don't know that person and pour your heart out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask all of your needs, whatever you can wish and you desire for. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there is not a day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala frees more people from the fire of Jahannam than Arafah. There is not a day that the shaitan feels humiliated more than the day of Arafah. The day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the ayah of the Quran that we completed this deen, perfected Islam, and we chose religion of Islam. So it's one of the greatest days in Islam known as Yawmul Arafah. People wish and hope that they can be in Arafah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you there inshallah, and all of us. So make sure that you engage yourself in dua. According to hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 2 times in his life, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed like this. Usual prayer of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was like this. In front of his chest, and he would pray like this. 2 times in his life, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed like this. One day was the morning of the 17th of Ramadan, on the day of on the 2nd year of Hijrah, in the month of Ramadan, on the day of Badr. Rasulullah ﷺ is standing in the battlefield of Badr. There are 313 men standing in line, an army of 1,000 strong. Rasulullah ﷺ looks at the condition of his Sahaba and he raises his hands. And he said, Oh Allah, I brought in front of you a small group of individuals. They are weak, they are poor, they are unequipped. Oh Allah, if they do not remain on the face of this earth, there will be no one to say your name until the day of Qiyamah. And he was begging and he was crying like this. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, the shawl that was on the shoulder of the Prophet ﷺ fell to the ground. I picked it up and I covered the Prophet ﷺ. And I said, enough ya Rasulullah, that's enough, you cried enough. And he said, at this moment I saw a smile on his face. And the Prophet ﷺ recited the ayat of Surah Anfal, chapter number 8, verse 58. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed how Angel Jibrail, along with the Malaika, has come for the help. So that was one day that he raised his hands like this. The second day he raised his hands like this was the day of Arafah. Sahaba said, for hours we saw Rasulullah ﷺ like this. Hours he was just like this. Sometimes he was standing and sometimes he was sitting on top of his camel. And the name of the camel of Rasulullah ﷺ was known as Al-Qaswa. So he was sitting on top of it. For hours, he was just making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So please utilize all the things that you can, inshallah, during the course of that beautiful time. As soon as the time of Maghrib is coming closer, we're not going to make our Maghrib Salah in Arafah. And slowly we are going to proceed towards the train station, towards Muzdalifah. Brothers and sisters, this is a key point now. A lot of time when the announcement is made, let's go, let's go, let's go, it doesn't mean that the group is taking you out of the Arafah. They're just moving you closer towards the train station. Because if you miss the groups, then what's going to happen is that you're going to wait for 4 hours standing in one place waiting for the train. If you move a little quicker and get to the train station, you're gonna at least save 3 to 4 hours of standing time for the lines themselves towards the train. So if the group is asking you near Arafah, near Ghurub time in Arafah, let's go to the train station, wallahi, they're not going to take you out of Arafah before Maghrib. I promise you this. They're not going to do that. But they want you to be closer to the trains, so as soon as the Maghrib time is done, you can jump on the trains and you can leave. Otherwise, it's going to take hours and hours. So please, let's listen, let's stay together, and let's move together. So now, We made our dhuhr, we made our asr in Arafah, we made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we pour our hearts out. Maghrib time happened, we didn't make our Maghrib, we sat in our trains, and the trains are going to lead us towards Muzdalifah. Once we reach Muzdalifah, brothers and sisters, it's dark, it's night. There's nothing on top of your head. It's just a floor with a little carpet. Make sure that you move together as a group and you reach that particular area. There's going to be a little line between the brothers and the sisters, and you're just going to be in an open land for the entire night. The only thing that you have on top of you is the skies that you can see. At that night, you spend that night, as soon as you get there, inshallah, there's going to be an adhan, there's going to be an iqamah in the time of Isha, and we're going to make our Maghrib first, and then we're going to make our Isha in Jamaat collectively. So we are not going to make our Maghrib and Isha while we are traveling. Once we get to Muzdalifah, we make our Maghrib, we make our Isha, and of course at that time you can make your witr, you can make your dua, whatever you have to, or you can rest that night. That night you also should collect pebbles. You can collect your pebbles afterwards as well, but you may collect that. Oh, you getting the pebbles? Oh my God. Last year, before years, we used to actually collect these pebbles. So I used to take this water bottle, clean it up, and I put these pebbles. Last year we were sitting in Muzdalifah, and a guy comes with a huge tray. I don't know if you have been to weddings. I've been to a lot of Afghani weddings. You know the little pouches that they have with sweets inside? So the guy is holding a big tray with his little pouches. So I thought it was like sweets or almonds or something like that. The guy is delivering, and I pick up and I open, it's like pebbles inside. So Brother Wahid is saying they're going to have pebbles for you guys. But if you want, you can put them to the ground and pick them up, whatever you want to do. But whatever Allah makes it easy for you, accept it. If Allah makes things easy for you, then accept it. So now we're going to get our pebbles. Make sure you keep them at that night. You take some rest. I believe that night is one of the best nights that you can actually sleep and take rest. The Prophet ﷺ took rest that night, and of course the Prophet ﷺ spent the night in Muzdalifah. Now as soon as the Fajr time hits in, as soon as the Fajr time comes in, the adhan will be given and we will make Fajr at its earliest hour. There was times that there was no bathrooms, there was huge lines, but now there's so much accommodation in Muzdalifah. There are tons and tons of places where you can use restrooms, you can make wudu. They have these toilets, one is blue and one is pink, which designates the brothers and sisters side. So you have tons of these places in Muzdalifah. You can easily wake up a few minutes before Fajr and make your wudu and come back. So it's easily available. As soon as the Fajr Salah is done, now it's time for everyone to stand in Muzdalifah and make dua. This is our third day, the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah. Stand in Muzdalifah and make dua. This is known as Wuquful Muzdalifah. This is also compulsory. So right after the Fajr of the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah, sorry, that's fine, no problem. As soon as you are done with your Fajr, it's time for an individual to stand in your place, sit in your place, and make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's very, very important that we utilize that time in making dua. Please, this is a very important time of dua. Right after the Fajr of the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah in Wuquf al-Muzdalifah, make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once we are done with our dua, with our supplications, now it's time for us to move from Muzdalifah, go to the trains, and come back towards Mina. Now on the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah, you have to do 4 things. This is important. Across the world, this is known as the day of Eid. But we have to do 4 things that day. So the 8th of Dhul-Hajjah is done, the 9th of Dhul-Hajjah, which is Arafah and Muzdalifah, is done, and now it's the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah. You made your Fajr in Muzdalifah, you stood there, you made dua, and now you reached Mina. Now in Mina, when you reach there, you have to do 4 things, right? 4 things in mind on the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah. As soon as we reach Mina, as soon as we come off of our train actually takes us off right at the Jamarat, where we have to pelt the stones. So we are right there. We don't have to walk far away to pelt the stones. But the pelting of the stones cannot be done before the sunrise. You have to wait till Ishraq. So sometimes we come so early that it's not even Ishraq times. But of course we wait till it's Shuruq. And of course, as soon as the sun rises, we pelt our stones. So the first day of the pelting of the stone on the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah is only 7 stones. These 7 stones will be thrown to only the large Jamra, the large shaitan. They are not shaitans physically, they are just the 3 marks where Ibrahim a.s. was tempted by shaitan. They are not shaitan captured and stuff like that. People throw slippers and curse at them. Doesn't happen. Don't lose your slippers, please. Just throw pebbles. Just throw pebbles. The sunnah way of throwing a pebble is to grab that between your index finger and your thumb, keep your arms connected to your body, and pelt it like this. And don't pitch it, don't throw it in a way, but throw it in a way that it doesn't hurt anyone else. Every jamrah that you throw, say Allahu Akbar, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I love this beautiful hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, for every jamrah that you throw, every stone that you throw, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive a sin that if it was not forgiven, a person would have been destroyed on the day of Qiyamah. If that sin was not forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he or she would have been destroyed on the day of Qiyamah. So Kabira Allah forgives through such manners. So it's very important. Pelt 7 stones, then there is no dua after that. So your first task is done. You come to your Mina tent. It's across the Jamarat. The guides will be leading us. We'll come towards our Mina tent. Come there, relax, wash up, wash your hands. But still remember, you're still in Ihram. So make sure that there's no soaps used. Have some breakfast, whatever you need to do. And then the group leaders and the admins will make the announcement. And they will allow us to know that our qurbani or our sacrifice has been done. Once you receive the confirmation, Rasulullah ﷺ himself on his Hajj pelted the stones, went and sacrificed 63 camels with his own hands, and rest 37 by the hands of Ali radiallahu anhu. 100 sacrifices Rasulullah ﷺ did on the day of his Hajj with his own hand, many of them. So now, second thing to do that day is nahar. Of course, we can't do it ourselves. We'll have the group take care of that. Once they give us the confirmation that our qurbani, our sacrifice, our nahar has been done, now it's time for us to move to the third step for that day, and that is to come out of ihram. Coming out of ihram means clipping of the hair or shaving of the head. For the sisters, exactly the same thing. Get your ponytail, get the hair together, the bottom tip of it, whatever rolls around your index finger, clip it, and you're out of ihram. You can do that for your own self. For the brothers, you shave your head or you trim your hair, you are out of the state of ihram. But one thing to remember, you may be out of the state of ihram, that you can wear clothing, you can wear fragrance and everything like that. But one thing, please be sure, this is called the minor state of ihram that you are out of. One cannot be intimate with one spouse till they have performed tawaf al-ziyarah. Please remember that. So even though on the morning of the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah, after pelting the stones, a sacrifice of the animal and cutting of your hair, you're out of ihram, but one cannot be intimate when the spouse till tawaf al-ziyarah is complete, and that is our fourth action for the day. So our 3 tasks are complete. We pelted the stones, we sacrificed the animal, we came out of the state of ihram. Now we will stay in our tent, perform our salawat, our prayers. That night, on the night of the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah, going into 12th, Aleman will provide us buses. These buses will take us from our tents, and they will take us towards Haram. And this is the task of Tawaf al-Ziyarah, which is also known as Tawaf al-Ifada, and this is the fard, the obligation of our Hajj. The only condition is that we must be in the state of purification and tahara when we perform this. We're going to be in our normal clothing. We will reach the Haram. The buses will be parked at a particular place behind our hotels where we will stay now, inshallah, the Fairmont and stuff. The buses will be parked. They're going to drop us in a certain location, and we're going to go inside the Haram. The Tawaf al-Ziyarah itself is your normal clothing, nothing much. You walk inside the Haram, you perform your 7 rounds around the Kaaba, you perform 2 rakats of Salah, and you do the Sa'i between Safa and Marwa. Remember this, please. Your Tawaf al-Ziyarah also has Sa'i. It's not only Tawaf. Your Tawaf al-Ziyarah has Sa'i also a part of it. So make sure that you do both of these things. Don't do one and come back. Oh, I didn't know. No, you don't. Please make sure that you perform your Tawaf al-Ziyarah with your Tawaf 7 rounds, 2 rakats of Salah, and Sa'i bayna Safa wal Marwa. Once you are done with that, you come back to your buses. The buses will bring you back to your Mina tents. Once you reach Mina tents, your 3 days of Hajj are complete. If your night was spent outside because you went to do Tawaf, that's perfectly fine. On the morning of the 11th and the 12th, you have to do a very similar thing. On the morning of the 11th, when you wake up, there is nothing that you have to do from the time of Fajr till midday. The pelting time starts after the midday. Once the Zawal has hidden, you have performed your Zuhr Salah, and I would recommend, please don't go after Dhuhr. It's hot. Millions of people are coming at that time. Go around 3, 4 o'clock when it's less crowded, it's not that hot, and you go towards the Jamarat. And once you reach Jamarat as a group, you will go and you'll pelt 7 stones to the small shaitan. And then you will make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah ﷺ made dua as long as it would take to recite Surah Al-Baqarah. Long dua he made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you go to the middle Jamara and you pelt stones 7 times. Just like that. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And after that, you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for as long as you can. And then you go to the large Jamara and throw 7 times, and there is no dua after the large shaitan. So the small one, the middle one, and large one, there is no dua. And once you are done with that, the entire day you don't have to do anything else. You just come back to your tent, you sit there, you make dua, you make dhikr, and whatever you need to do. The next day is the 12th of Dhul-Hajjah. Again, exact same thing. You don't have to do anything till midday, and you cannot pelt before the midday as well. So once the zawal itself has completed, time has gone in, now you can go back and do the exact same thing. Small jamra 7 times, make dua. Middle jamra 7 times, make dua. Large jamra you do 7 times, and there is no dua. For those of us who will be going back and they will not be staying for the 6th day, which is Yawm Tashriq, all of us will stay, mashallah. All of us will stay. So now for us, we'll come back to our tents. We'll stay there for the whole day and the whole night. And now the 13th of Zulhijjah, which is the 6th day of Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the opportunity to pull 21 more stones and get our sins forgiven. So that 21st, that 13th day of Zulhijjah, now you have permissibility that you can throw the stones after the sunrise. You don't have to wait till the midday. That day will be Jummah. That's my question to you as well. Where are we going to make Jummah? Are we going to make it there? Are we going to wait there? We still have to talk about that because Zulhijjah was just decided now. So the 13th of Zulhijjah is a Friday. That's the day where we actually have to pelt the stones. Then we have to go to the Haram and perform Tawaf al-Wida. And from there, we are going to be taken towards Jeddah. And that's where we're going to stay in the hotel for a day and a half or two. And then inshallah proceed towards that. And Tawaf al-Wida is something that is done with only 7 rounds of the Tawaf itself. So let me go back a little. So on the 12th of Zulhijjah, you did the 777. You're done. You stay in Mina. 13th of Zulhijjah, exact same thing. 7 small, 7 middle, 7 large. And now you are done with all of the pelting of your stones. 70 stones in total. Now it's time for you to do the final ritual of your Hajj, and that is known as Tawaf al-Wida. The company, the Aleman, inshallah, will take you in your buses towards the Haram. Once you reach Haram, the buses will be parked. You will go inside Haram and you will perform the 7 rounds of the Tawaf of the Kaaba. You perform 2 rakats of Salah. Once you are done with those 2 rakats of Salah, your Hajj rituals are complete. Now at that moment, you sit down in your buses and you proceed towards Jeddah itself. If you have any questions, please do ask so at the moment. Yes.
We all go to Jeddah or some of us go to Jeddah?
Are you in B1? Are you in B1? Yes.
Because our departure says Medina. From Jeddah we came back to Medina by train or by
Bus.
but we go to Jeddah.
Yes. Any questions? Any questions? So inshallah what we're going to do is that every single day during Hajj, a night before, we're going to review the next 24 hours. So every day during Hajj, whatever is going to happen in the next 24 hours, we're going to talk about that a night before. So everyone is on the same page of what's going to happen for the next 24 hours. I know that was a lot of information, but inshallah, every single day or night before the day proceeds, we're going to talk about the next 24 hours that you can really be ready for the next day of Hajj, inshallah. Yes. No, you don't. You wear your ihram of Hajj in your hotel room and you make your 2 rakats, even if you want in your hotel room, or you could go inside the masjid itself and perform 2 rakats. Yes, sister.
Do you know what time you would perform Tawaf today?
Today, because 2 o'clock is the time that we are going to depart, most likely your Tawaf and your Umrah will be after Isha. After Isha, so it's going to be less crowded, it's going to be less hot. You can put your stuff in your rooms, and most likely inshallah our Tawaf and our Umrah will be done before Fajr. So it's going to be anywhere after Isha till before Fajr, inshallah. No, we cannot go as the entire group. Entire group performing Umrah is not, because a lot of time people want to go right away. Some people want to take few hours to go. So you have to make sure that you have few people with you who can go with you as a group and go together. But as Al-Iman, an entire 70, 80, 90, 100 people, we do not go together. As individuals, we do. Yes. Yes, Tawaf al-Ziyarah can be done anywhere. So Tawaf al-Ziyarah can be done anywhere from the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah to the sunset of the 12th of Dhul-Hajjah. So you will have an opportunity. So if you cannot go on the 10th, you can go on the 12th, 11th, or you can go on the morning of the 12th. So Aleman will provide continuous buses according to your needs to go again and again if you need to go, inshallah. So you can perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah from anywhere from the 10th of Dhul-Hajjah all the way towards the sunset of the 12th of Dhul-Hajjah. Good?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أفضل المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم. I really cannot express my own feeling. Even I do it every year with a group. But it's a beautiful feeling. It's like lift up. You're going now, inshallah, starting by 2, you're starting your journey to Hajj. We'll pick you up from here. Buses will pick you up from here. Before Salat al-Zuhr, everyone will be wearing his ihram. The buses will be, there's 3 buses as we see all. There's list for bus 1, bus 2, bus 3. It's very important that you know what bus number you are going to. So you're going before, for the Zuhr namaz, before Zuhr, you prepare yourself, you wear your ihram, and you come down, you're checking out of the room. You're not going up again. That means your key will not work. They switch the key will not work. So please be on time for the namaz and make your namaz closer to us here. Don't go all the way inside. Then you're coming into the bus. We'll count. The Hajj Ministry will be here. One representative of the Hajj Ministry will be here. We'll be making sure that the number of buses, number of passport inside the bus matches with the number of Hajjis inside the bus. That means also, we managed to put all families together in one bus. So I'm not gonna see, inshallah, somebody going to another bus because his friend in bus 1 and he's in bus 3. He goes on his own and goes sit in bus 3. It's gonna take time from us to know that he's sitting there and we bring him back and then we start moving. And the key of really making it easy on all of us is following instruction. When we follow instruction as a group, we'll be always in the front. We'll be always doing things in the shortest possible time. So when we'll go to Abyar Ali. After we move from here, you're wearing your ihram. You're wearing the clothes of the ihram. Your ihram, and you will be under the ihram rules once you say labbaik Allahumma umrah. Allahumma taqabbalha minni wa yassirha li. Once you say that, you are under the rules of ihram. We all know it, inshallah. If you don't know it, we have Mufti Farhadi, the scholar. Don't let him go to his room now before you know it. Once you are in that, try to make it in 15-20 minutes maximum. And when you go to Abyar Ali, every bus will have group leader, every bus will be a staff holding signs for you not to get lost. It's very easy to get lost. Doors are similar, everything is similar, and the advice is wear your ihram in your room for the man. Because it's much cleaner, it's not gonna fall from you, and then you're looking for a new ihram. So wear your ihram from here and go in there, put the niyyah, the intention, and pray the 2 rak'ah and right back to the hotel, right back to the bus. I'm sure you heard it from Mufti Saab and you heard it from Sheikh Shinnawi. When they asked Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what's afdal al-a'mal in Hajj? What's the best we can do in Hajj? He says, alayhi salatu wasalam, al-Hajj was-Sajj. What's the meaning of Hajj? Al-Hajj is the talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Inna al-hamda wal-ni'mata laka wal-mulk. La sharika laka labbaik. That's the best thing you can say and you can do. Don't fall, you will obviously fall asleep, but fall asleep repeating it. When that was said to the Sahaba, they lost their voice. They kept saying labbaik Allahumma labbaik up until they lost their voice. So once you're on the bus, you're gonna go in, you're gonna be stopping in one of the rest area, and then you will continue. You go in the bus and then into the Fairmont, it's a clock tower. The staff will be waiting for you. Hopefully, inshallah, your suitcases and luggages will reach the hotel in a time they will put it in your room. So when you go there, your luggage will be in your room, inshallah. Once you're there, when you're in Mecca, it's very hard for us to have a seating like this, because they don't allow that in Mecca. Hotel doesn't allow it in Mecca. That means when you reach in Mecca, inshallah, ask for day by day, which is on the website, which is, is posted. Just take day by day and read it. And we will communicate with you. We will be in the lobby of the Fairmont, and we will put something from under your door if we need something. So if you find a paper under your door, please read it. Once we reach there, we will reach, if we move from here at 8, will take us an hour to reach Abiyar Ali. Take us 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. Let's say another hour. By 4, by 3, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 we should be moving. Normally it takes 5 to 6 hours. When you make a stop in the rest area, make it short. We really have to work now with each other. Every one of us have to think of the bus of 37 or 40 waiting for me when I'm sitting, enjoying a meal and really taking my time, and everybody's sitting in the bus waiting for me. I'm not gonna really look good when I'm entering the bus and all looking at me. So please don't put yourself in that position. So if we move fast, we will go fast. We'll reach dinner in the buffet. The staff will meet you there. If there is a time, they will tell you, okay, brother, go into the restaurant, and they give you where is your restaurant. You go in, have your dinner, and then you get your room, and then you most likely, the best time, if we reach by 10, we have the dinner is by 11. Best time to do the Umrah is at night. Look at the screen. You will see at Zuhr time, the Kaaba is empty. The sun is really very strong. The heat, what we have here, it's a fraction of the heat in Mecca. So make sure you and your backpack, which you get from Aleman, put always water in it. 1 bottle or 2 bottles of water in it. So because you're really gonna need it. Once you finish your Umrah, it's not gonna be in a group. Even if we go as 10 people in to do Umrah, family 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, you're gonna go in. Once you go on the Umrah, if you choose to do it by next to the Kaaba at the Sah, I guarantee you in the first round, everyone is gonna be in place. So that means everyone has to tell his spouse or his kids that, okay, if we lose each other, it's between you as a family. Finish your Umrah and go to the room. Because waiting, he didn't come, then you're wasting time. Finish your Umrah and go to your room. You have to know where you're going. This is the hotel. You can't miss it. Clock tower, you cannot miss it. And most very important thing also, wearing your ID. Wear your ID. Once you reach Mecca also, they're gonna give you a bracelet. You have to wear this bracelet because this is your second ID. Anything happened to you, you felt dizzy, you didn't feel well, anything happened to you, that with this ID, they're gonna look at it, they'll connect you to us in minutes. In minutes. Whoever did and he went and he got a phone, this kid on the door and on the sidewalk, he will tell you this is not your passport number. Because he puts it on the system in second. There is a data and there's an information for every us in the kingdom once you enter with your fingerprint. If he takes your fingerprint right away, he's going to know who you are. So have your passport number available on your chest, on your ID. They will connect you to us. The bracelet also have a number, will be written most likely by a marker. That is also will connect you to us Aleman. So it's in Mecca and in the Manasik, it's extremely, extremely, extremely important that you have your ID. Do not put it in your pocket, worrying that it's going to get lost. If you lose it, if you wear the pouch which says Aleman, that is an ID itself. Once you know the company you came with, they connect you right away to the company. So it's really very important to have your ID. Once you finish your Umrah, as we said, we did here, the way to communicate is going to be only in the lobby, looking us on the lobby, looking the staff on the lobby. Anyone wearing the t-shirt has Aleman, or any group leader, you will notify him right away from the t-shirt. I need this. I am in room number, give him the number, and I need that help. They will be presented in the lobby 24/7. We are there really to help and serve you and make it very easy. You're going to spend 7 nights in Mecca. You can do your Umrah, you finished your Umrah, and then most of your time is spent it there in the Haram. It's too hot. It's Zuhr time and I cannot go in. Alhamdulillah, luckily we are at the Fairmont, which you can go on to the 9th floor and the 10th floor. There is a huge masjid, which look in the Haram right away. So if you really cannot take the heat, you have really to be careful with the heat and the sun. You go down and pray Zuhr and Asr, and then you go Isha, Maghrib, and Fajr in the Haram, inshallah. If you can go during the Zuhr and you can bear the sun, go ahead and do it. You will spend the 7 days. Some they will do another Umrah, some they would not. There's a different opinion. Some of the scholars, they said every Umrah to every trip. But if you have to, no one forbidden that. You can go into Masjid Aisha, go in, take a cab to Masjid Aisha and come back. Yes, Sheikh. Go into Masjid Aisha and come back. Okay, your stay, if we cannot communicate with you, please look under your door. On the 7th, the day before, which is the 18th, we are going to pull your luggage again. We'll take your luggage from you. You're going the following day to Mina. Please do not take suitcases to Mina. Some people say, who will take his suitcases? Just only carry on. I have one time a doctor, I'm not going to say it. Sorry, doctor. He was going to Pakistan after. He has a lot of gifts in the suitcases. He brought 7, 8 suitcases, and how do I know it? We're going now to Arafah. And he called me, brother, what are you going to do with this? I went in, I couldn't believe it. I said, I can't do anything for you. Just I'll do dua, that something will, that they stay when you come and you find them. But never happened. Never happened that something got lost. But this will be inconvenient for everybody in the country with you because it's going to take a space. They give us mat by mattress. They made the mattress when we started Hajj back. They used to give you a space. Now they making the mattress 55 centimeter. Because the amount of money they collect for 55 centimeter is unbelievable. So please do not take more than carry on, has your medicine, your change of clothes. Once you go to Mina, we'll spend the Tarwiyah day. The time we go into Arafah is they going to decide it. Yeah, the sunnah is to pray the 5 salawat starting from Zuhr into Fajr the following day. But now with the number of people, they manage that so people can go safe. So they will let us know what time we're moving from Mina into Arafah by the train. Okay, from Mina to Arafah by the train. Okay, we have some people really in a condition they cannot walk 5 stories. They're not gonna go. It's all escalators. We may, I say we may, have a bus or two taking the people who are absolutely cannot walk into Arafah. Bringing them back, I would say to everybody, go back by the train, even the person in a wheelchair. Because when you go back by the train, you having your breakfast approximately between 8 and 9 on the buffet in Mina. If you go back by bus and the bus does not, they call it an excuse bus. For you to be in that bus, you really must have an excuse. Or my spouse have an excuse. If she is not feeling well, she's sick, I go with her. Then we both have the same excuse. This bus will move at 12:01. If that bus does not move at 12:01, you will never reach the tent. Guarantee. You will never reach the tent. That meaning you don't want to go through what you will go through walking in from maybe a mile at Zuhr or Asr time trying to reach the tent. You come very frustrated, you maybe get upset, and then you lose the whole thing. Going, if you're on a wheelchair, everybody will help. It's not only the staff. I'm sure those young men, all of them will help. Will help each other, push there is elevator into the ramp upstairs to the platform. Everything is available if you work as a team in that part. Once you go to Muzdalifah, you will have nice rug, you'll have rugs in, and you will have your meal. You will be given a box in Mina, in Arafah, to take with you into Muzdalifah. Alhamdulillah, last year we managed to bring a hot meal in Muzdalifah, which we have it in the plan. It is there, and may Allah make it happen, inshallah. Because once we go to Mecca and we are in the Hajj, I could tell you this is going to happen an hour, it happened in 6. It's 3 million, maybe over 3 million people doing it with us at the same time. And one thing I want to let you all know, which I feel responsible personally for it. We all gonna do the Hajj according to the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all know how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did his Hajj. We'll follow his steps. Everything he did, we will do. Rami is after Zawal, the first day, second day, third day. Fourth day, you can do it early and move. You go to Arafah, we pray Zuhr and Asr together, and you hear the khutbah. And we will, once we get into Arafah after the khutbah, try to rest when you reach at Fajr time. Please do not waste a second, not a minute. Once you hear the time of Asr, we'll pray Zuhr and Asr by the time of Zuhr. By the time of Zuhr. So once you do that, I would leave everything and spend time talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Asking Him for forgiveness. Remembering all what I did. And ask Him for the max. Have a tear in your eye. Cry as much as you can. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you and forgive us and forgive all the ummah. And accept from all of us. We all came in. Al-Hajj Arafah. كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He says, Al-Hajj Arafah. Whoever did not attend Arafah, he doesn't have Hajj. As Mufti Saab says, alayhi salatu wasalam, he kept lifting his hand, arms, doing dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness for him and for the ummah. And he is alayhi salatu wasalam, he's a prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And still spend all his time in Arafah in dua. Abdi thought that he's fasting. One of the companions gave him a glass of milk, cup of milk, and he drank it. Then they know he was not fasting. But we all will have time for a lunch and a buffet in Arafah. They used to live on a date. One date and some milk from walking from Mecca to Medina. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we know that we're going to be very weak. He gave us the ilm to have buses, to have air conditioning, to have lights. It's from His mercy on us because He knows that we are weak. So we have to use it to reach the goal. The goal is to reach Jannah. Hajjatun mabrura, la jaza'u laha illa al-Jannah. The only reward for your Hajj is Jannah. But you have to focus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, all of us, the invitation to come in here. You didn't come because you have money. You didn't come because you're healthy. You came because He subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the chance to get the Jannah. And once you reach the land of Saudi, now it's on you. If you're going to focus, if you're going to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, if you're going to be very humbled, if you're going to get your heart into Hajj, inshallah you will be accepted. We will be all accepted, inshallah. Once we finish Arafah, we go to Muzdalifah after Fajr. We move immediately. Please, I'm going to keep telling, follow instruction. Follow instruction. We'll move from Muzdalifah into Mina. We'll be in Mina. We'll do the Jamrat al-Aqaba, the big one. We'll be all as a group. I really lost the group. What I'm going to do? I was walking with them and they disappeared. I couldn't see the sign. Just walk in, do it, and you will find in every area, like by the escalator, before the escalator, downstairs, and every like 100 meter, you will find the flag of Aleman. Just to go to them. He's going to tell you just to go to the following one, from the following one, and then you'll reach, inshallah. Once the day of Eid comes in, you'll have your breakfast. We'll let you know what is, we did the Qurbani. Once you reach Mina, we'll let you know, most likely by 8:30 to 9:30, we have the call that the Qurban is done. Then we all do at-tahallul al-asghar. There's two tahallul. A small one and the big one. The two tahallul, the difference between them, the first tahallul, you cannot have intimate time with your spouse. When the first tahallul, once you did the Qurbani, you shave or you clip your hair for the sisters. Now we're wearing our normal clothes. We're going in to a camp across the Jamarat, which is brand new. Meaning they demolished everything as of the bathrooms and the stuff, and it's brand new. Inshallah, will be a new facility, will accommodate us to take a fast shower, wear my clothes. When you go to Arafah, take only your medicine, all the necessity you need, and something light like I'm wearing. Once you did Tahallul Asghar, we will be with you, informing you, will be in tent, we will have bayans. Arafah, Mina is, as he said, alayhi salatu wassalam, for zikr and akl. meaning for food and zikr. Zikr, you can say any type of zikr. And the best of it is reading Quran. We will bring Mus'haf Qur'ans, books. So the best time to spend all the 3 days or the 4 days you're spending there is reading Quran. Make yourself a witr. If you cannot really read that much, make yourself a witr. You must hold the Quran in Mina and read in the Quran. You will have bayans after Zuhr, after Asr, after Isha, will be with you, guiding you, helping you to do dua. This is the time you came for. Be one of the winners by spending most of the time with talking, speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through reading Quran, doing dua, and really do not spend any time in discussing politics, what happened in Pakistan, what happened, the new prime minister is good or not, what happened in Egypt, what happened here and there. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help us. Stay focused. If you really want to speak, you remember a hadith, tell me about it. Tell your next person about it. Really concentrate in your Hajj. Concentrating in your Hajj, which will help you focus on the reward. The reward is Jannah. So please focus, and may Allah make all of us winners. Yawm al-Eid, the day of Eid. After Maghrib, the buses of Al-Iman will be outside. Outside the tent, because they don't allow buses to go in Mina once we are in the days of Manasik. You're going to be walking about 1 mile into that bus. But alhamdulillah, they allowed, we have golf carts. So the golf carts, you come out to the front, you'll take the golf carts, we'll drop you across the tunnel, the other side. The group, there is a lot of guides, they will take you to the bus where it's parking. Try really not to exhaust yourself. Yeah, there is no sun, but there is a heat. In your back bag, before you leave Mina, just put a couple bottles of water in the back. We provided all of you with an umbrella. Small, very small umbrella, nice, durable, you can use it. If you feel that you are lost, open your umbrella. I'll come for you. That's an instruction to the staff. So you have your ID, you have your umbrella, you have your back bag. You have also a cooling towel. This cooling towel is very helpful. Once you soak it in water, it becomes very cold, and then you put it around your neck. It will dry in a few minutes. And then you put it in water again. So please use these things, it's going to help you. Most importantly, keep yourself hydrated, water. Because you're gonna see it. You're gonna drink 1 bottle of water, it comes to sweat on you in minutes. The buses will take you most likely from the years before. The first day of Eid, 75% of the group did Tawaf al-Ifada, and he made at-Tahallul al-Akbar, the second Tahallul. Now you've thought your Hajj is complete. Once you do the second Tahallul, your Hajj is complete. Now you have Tawaf al-Wada', which is wajib on every one of us. Some of us, maybe for certain circumstances, the scholar would tell you, would be forgiven from the farewell Tawaf, which are the sisters. Once you do the Tahallul, well, the buses will bring you back into Mina. You spend the time in Mina. The bus will go the second day of Eid again. I mean, we have enough buses to carry the whole group. Like, if you decide to go with them, you did it yesterday, already you did your Tahallul, but I want to go to the Haram, pray few rak'ah in the Haram and come back. You can go with them and come back. Our buses will have a parking right behind the clock tower. Very close. When you go to do your Tawaf, it will be guides from the time you come out of the Haram, most likely the door right in front of you, King Abdul Aziz Gate. from a jet street. Try really to mark things. Look around, look up and see. So record that picture. So when you're coming back, it's going to help you to come back. Look for the guides if you get lost. They will bring you back into the bus, and then once the bus filled up, and then the bus will start moving. If you want to wait for your wife, your daughter, your cousin, go to the following bus when that bus start to move. All this group will complete the Tashriq days. Once you complete the Tashriq days, Mufti Saab, he asked a question. He said it's going to be Jum'ah. It's up to us. It's going to be a total of 200 people completing the Tashriq days. Each one is going to go in a bus. When you did the tahallul, when you went tawaf al-ifada or tawaf al-ziyara, you came in, I said, bus fills up, leave. No. In this one, no. If I am in that bus number 11, I come back to bus number 11. It means that those 49 people or 48 people waiting for me until I come. I'm telling you from experience. Alhamdulillah, Allah allow us to come. This is the 21 year for Aleman. Some people, the bus is waiting, 45 people waiting, an hour and a half, and then the brother coming in with his wife. He finished his tawaf, he went to a nice restaurant, he was enjoying a meal. It is happening every year. You're enjoying the meal, and there's 45, 48 people waiting in the bus, really getting frustrated, and they're tired, they're falling asleep. So please, just from the tawaf into the bus. Once you go into the bus will take you into Jeddah. You will go to Jeddah in a very nice hotel. I say very nice, but you will see it when you go in there. It's very nice accommodation, and everybody is going to be on accommodation based on double, or if there is a family of triple. I could tell you from now, we have according to the room list which I received, we have 98 rooms. 4 of them are triple, and the rest all on double. Inshallah, your luggage will be in that hotel from the 7th of Zulhijjah once we pulled it from the Fairmont Hotel. It will be, inshallah, in your room when you arrive into Jeddah. Jeddah, it's in the middle of the city. It's a nice hotel. You will have the buses if you want to go into mall. Some of us have relative. You're really going to have time to rest. So instead of going, why we're staying to the 26th? We're staying to the 26th. Why you didn't send us home on the 25th or the 24th at night? I wish I could. They hold on our passport. They will release the passport on the 26th at 8 a.m. The first flight is the Saudi airline, which is 5 in the morning. On that day, on the 26th. After that, everyone leaves after 8 a.m. All other flights from all other airlines, other countries leaves after 8 a.m. Our flight for most of the group is coming back to Medina, from Medina airport. We will, according to the timing, will estimate, and then you will go into direct to Prince, whatever his name, Abdulaziz, in here to the international airport, and you leave. We'll take care of your luggage. Everything is being really put in the plan. And then you will leave. Once you reach Medina, you will take your flight accordingly, and inshallah you reach home, back home with a Hajj Mabrur, inshallah. Anyone has a question for me as of logistics? Yes? Yeah. I mean, when you wear your ihram, actually those bags, the back bag, it helps me to hold my shoulder once I go to the haram to do the tawaf. It helps me. Yes, you are allowed. You are allowed to wear a belt with stitches. You are allowed to wear a sandal with stitches. Your ihram actually has stitches. The clothes. You can't see out your luggage. Take your medicine. Take a couple of nice clothes you're wearing, and all is well. You can fit it on that back bag I give you. You're gonna see your luggage in Jeddah, inshallah.
During Jamarat and also Tawaf al-Ziyarah, where should we sit our carry-on?
Carry-on will be once you go into Mina, your tent. The sister will be in one side or will be in one side. I mean, we're closer to each other. Like if you need your spouse, you just have to go by the door and give her name. They'll call her. There will be shelving. You put it there. This shelving has capacity. We don't take suitcases. So it will be shelving enough to put your carry-on because we don't have a space down there. Because the only space you will have is the mattress. So in that you will have a lot of water, a lot of juice, and we will put it inside the tent. Yes. Okay, bus number 1. Bus number 1 will be bus number 11. Can you fix it now? Bus number 1 is 11, 2 is 12, 3 is 13. That's the number which you're going to see in the bus. Bus number 1 is 11, bus number 2 is 12, bus number 3 is 13. Exactly, there's one